Leland Vittert is also with me now from On Balance, leading our election night coverage with Chris Cuomo tonight. Congratulations on that gig. Leland, you just heard from those voters on both sides of the aisle in North Carolina. Tonight, you're going to be giving the race results live for them and all voters. So how will our coverage be different for viewers?
I think what your panel just brought up is an important point, that it is as much important as who people are voting for as why they are voting for them. And we've seen this theme play out over the past couple of months, that the field of battle much more determines who's going to win this election than does an in particular candidate. And by that, I mean, back in August, when what we were talking about was January 6th and abortion rights, that was seen as very favorable to Democrats, and the polls played that out. We were even talking about Democrats picking up a couple of seats in the Senate. Our Decision Desk HQ model has now swung 20 or so points, and now all of a sudden you're looking at probably a Republican pickup or 2 of 3 seats is probably right, sort of the average of what we're looking at, and that's because the conversation has switched from abortion rights and the Supreme Court and threats to democracy to the economy and crime. And what we're going to try to do tonight is marry what you're seeing in the data to what the issues are and what people really care about.
We often hear a lot of people say this is the most important election in our lifetimes. And last night on your show, you actually addressed that and said, guess what, America, it's going to be okay. We've been doing this for a long time.
The sun will rise tomorrow morning. The sun will rise Thursday morning, no matter what happens in the election. And that's really a testament to the founding fathers, and it's a testament to all of us. Look, elections are messy. They always have been. They always will be. Any election that isn't messy probably isn't a real election. There's not a lot of questions about absentee ballots in Saudi Arabia going on every 4 years. So it's a good thing. And we will be stronger for getting through it. And I think just in my lifetime of doing this business, from 9/11 to Bush v. Gore, I remember when Bush v. Kerry was the most important election of our life. It wasn't. I remember when Obama Romney was the most important of our election of our life. It wasn't. I remember when a lot of people woke up after Election Day in 2016 and said they were moving to Canada. They didn't. America moves on. We've been through a lot of things, and I think that's something really important to keep in mind, and something that we'll try to remind people of tonight. That is it important? Absolutely. Is it meaningful? Hugely. But the process is perhaps even more important than the result.
You got to get to tonight. I think a lot of people, they want to stay calm. So your message of, it's okay, we're going to be okay, America, is nice. But there's a lot of intensity, as has been the case around a lot of topics of discussion in recent years. It just seems like we're turning the temperature up every single year. But you're going to be co-hosting NewsNation Live coverage with Chris Cuomo. The results starting to come in at around 6 Eastern time. How many races do you think are going to be runoffs? Because I'm guessing that Georgia will definitely be a runoff. Pennsylvania is likely possibly to be a runoff. Do you have any other predictions?
Well, we got to keep in mind what is a runoff and what is a recount. In Georgia, if you don't get to 50% plus 1 vote, then there's actually a whole separate election, December 6th in Georgia. The first Tuesday in December. So that we could do this all over again. And you talk about intensity and anger. You also have to think about money. In Pennsylvania, they have spent $312 million on the Senate race, $250 million in Georgia. That is a couple of $100 or more, a couple of $100 or so per vote. That's been spent in some of these races. So no wonder everybody's fired up and angry. They've been sort of inundated with the sky is falling if this candidate doesn't win messaging from both sides. So I think we're going to see probably very close elections in Pennsylvania, in Arizona, and Nevada. Pennsylvania is going to hopefully get things done a lot quicker than they did in 2020. They've now gotten a bunch of money from the state legislature into the counties to count throughout the night. Which would be a very helpful thing, and not stop counting, which led to a lot of the problems and questions that we saw in 2020. Nevada, Arizona could also be very close. The one thing I always think about, Adrienne, is you never worry about the right thing. So whatever we're sitting here thinking about that we're going to be talking about tomorrow morning, we're not.
Leland, Vittert, always fun to talk to you. Thank you so much for the reality check. We look forward to all.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.